Quinn, tonight the bench group got quite a bit of production from players that you had acquired at the trade deadline, Karras, George, and Terrence Mann. Just what are some of the things that each of those players have brought this team?
Well, rather than talk about them individually, I'll talk about them collectively. I think, they've all played in the league. They're veterans for one thing, and that experience, I think, not only is valuable on the floor, but is valuable in the locker room, in practice settings. Obviously, they're all different players, but as much as anything, I think every one of them helps our group and lifts us in different ways.
What did you make of your defense on a night when it was kind of a mixed bag overall, and especially in the first half?
Yeah, I think the first quarter, the second quarter we were much better. I thought they were loose and they were making shots, and there was too many shots that weren't contested. They may make them anyway, but having to shoot over a hand is different. And we had some breakdowns in pick and roll. We knew it would be a heavy pick and roll game, where our bottom weak side defender, wasn't in the right position. I think you saw Williams. That's when they got a couple dunks. I thought we did a good job of cleaning that up. You can recall there was one play where Dyson was right there and we stole the ball. Anytime you play against, a center like Williams, it's got that level of athleticism. You have to be, in the right position, or it's going to be tough. And then there was a stretch late where we fouled, and I thought that hurt us. So, combination of things. I thought we were pretty good in transition. Other than some live ball turnovers, were they able to run off our mistakes offensively?
Coach, speaking of those turnovers, you all were able to force 21 tonight, I believe 25 points off those 21 turnovers. Just talk about the aggressive nature of you all's defense tonight, being able to create so many turnovers.
Well, it's something I talked to the team about. I thought we got really good effort and good play from everybody that went in the game. And, when you're playing a 10-man rotation like we did tonight, that's one of the things that you should be able to have an advantage, with that aggressiveness. Guys are fresher, and, other than, giving up some uncontested threes, I thought, Dom got a couple steals denying the elbow, and, everybody, I thought the ball pressure was solid, and we didn't overextend or gamble. The guys were in the right spots, and they were focused.
Question about Zach. What has changed in his game since October?
Subtle changes. Every time I talk about Zach, the first thing I talk about is his competitiveness and his work ethic. And I think those two things, have driven his improvement. He's mentioned his balance when he shoots the ball. He shot it great, the last month and a half. I don't know the exact numbers, but he's knocking down shots, and he's very comfortable. He's not hesitating in any way. And I think the other thing is he's realizing even more, he can really run. And as he's played more and more, he's impacting the game in transition situations, which I would also think is, similar to his cutting. The thing that he's been consistent on is he always, and he was on LaMelo Ball tonight, he takes, various matchups with his versatility. Some of it is just, as you go through the league and you get a chance to play a team or players more than once, you settle in a little bit. And, I think the progress that he's made, is significant. And I'm confident he's going to keep doing it.
And what kind of young man he is in life?
I'm sorry?
What kind of a young man he is in life?
The competitiveness to me is a big thing. You don't always, he's not the most demonstrative, but you'll see moments where you get a look into what's going on inside him. The two other things that I think, he's incredibly coachable. And it's always good to see a player that's passionate about the game and also unselfish. And I think that unselfishness shows itself on the court when everybody gets to watch him, and it shows itself in practice and off the court as well. He's got a great way about him, and anytime all your teammates like playing with you, it's usually a pretty high character guy, and that's what he is.
Coach, with Trey not having an ideal shooting night, what can you say about his ability to have a career night from the free throw line?
Yeah, the shots he was getting early, I thought he was taking good shots. He was turning down some of those shots in the second half and keeping his dribble alive and finding people. And I think the more, Trey doesn't necessarily define himself in those two situations as far as shot making and assists. He's good at both of them, but I think he puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and that's what you saw tonight. He was going by people, and a lot of times when somebody that's really quick goes by you, there's opportunities to draw fouls, and it's hard to stay in front of him.
Coach, you mentioned the 10-player rotation a moment ago, and this was kind of the first night of it with Veet back. What did you see from putting those pieces together like that?
Let me add one more thing, and I'll get to that question. I don't know how many of you guys are aware that Trey was in a position last game to break a free throw record, and it was a situation where the probability of us losing the game, if he made it, was incredibly low. That said, he hit a half-court shot this year, and you never know what happens. So he missed that free throw, and that impacted his streak. But he started another one. So it goes a little bit to kind of the focus and toughness. And I think coming off the bench, no matter how many minutes you're playing, or even guys that are starting the game and coming in, coming out, it takes a certain mentality. And there's a level of unselfishness that takes place too. You didn't see guys coming out of the game. Everybody would like to play every minute, but I think these guys right now really support one another, and that gives you confidence when you do come in the game, and the person that you're coming in for, is encouraging you to play well, and that's what we saw tonight. I thought, Veet made a couple really big plays. He got fouled on that 1-3, then he made another 3, and that was a real pivotal point in the game. And that's kind of emblematic, I think, of what those guys, how they're approaching that. He doesn't take that shot if he doesn't have the support of all his teammates, and that gives you confidence.
Coach, it's another win for you tonight. Do you have the impression that your team is still learning, still growing?
Absolutely. When we play teams and you watch film of games early in the year, and you see only one player on the court that's currently on your roster or healthy at one point in time, it's indicative of some of the ups and downs that we've had, guys coming in and out of the lineup. But I think our guys have handled it incredibly well, and regardless of who's out there, who's injured, who's not here, I think the guys that are on the floor, it's their opportunity to improve. And, I've talked about a long runway and a team trying to get better throughout the course of the season. That becomes more challenging when you don't have as much continuity, but it's there. And, our group is still, we're practicing, and guys are embracing that because they want to get better.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned him earlier, Dom, with the steals, but I just wanted to ask you, what have you seen out of him defensively, especially being able to switch and all of that? What did you see out of him?
He's a really smart player, and I think he's able to anticipate, situations where he gets his hand on a ball, and it's unique when you have a player that literally plays every play. You find yourself able to impact things maybe that you didn't anticipate. And as far as the switching goes, when you're not put in that situation all the time. And I think one of the most difficult things is to stay in front, but also not to foul. And he's able to do both those things right now, and it's really good. Okay. All right.